So, Liverpool have just beaten Arsenal 2-1 in their second game of the US pre-season tour in Philadelphia tonight. Now, the mic is here because it is a bit late, but I'm so happy that I stayed up to watch that game because it was a brilliant performance from the Reds. Again, we'll go through the full lineup. So obviously we had Queven Kelleher in goal, right? Got away with a couple tonight. There was a couple of opportunities where he kind of gave the ball away, looked a little bit rusty, a little bit slow with his distribution. Again, there was also one instance where it led to a goal. So, hard to criticise really, and he obviously got away with it, so it's not really the end of the world. But then that back four, Chimikas at left back, it's good to see him sort of regaining that secondary left back spot. Again, I appreciate that Gomez isn't actually in the squad currently, but he is a very good left back. He is solid. I don't know if he's quite up to the mantle of a Robertson, but as backup options go, there isn't many better in my opinion doing that attacking and defensive work rate. So yeah, he obviously got a few minutes in, and again, good to see him back in the squad a little bit more. Speaking of players in the squad, Vandenberg again starting alongside Jarrell Kwanzaa. Now Vandenberg I thought had a very, very decent game, again very solid. Obviously big rumours that Liverpool are going to move him on this summer to the likes of Mainz for about 20 million supposedly, so that would be huge if they get rid of him for that amount of money. And then the boy alongside him, Kwanzaa, absolutely unreal performance. Like, there is a genuine, star boy in there. He pulled off one of the most outrageous blocks in that first half, which stopped a guaranteed goal. No question about it. And, again, Liverpool win the game 2-1. That potentially wins them the game, and if that's in the league, it potentially wins them that game. It stops these chances. These are big moments in games where you need good players like that. And then obviously filling out the defence, we had Bradley at right back. Again, no Trent in the squad at this point, obviously being international and such. So we all know how good Bradley is. Slots right in, doesn't he? It's not exactly a bad backup to have, kind of like Chimikas on the other side. So very, very solid defence. Somewhat strong defence when you look at, obviously having all the kids out there. Start off pretty strong. So yeah, and again, the performance that they all gave was very, very solid. No real complaints here, no real mistakes or anything. We then move into that midfield three, which was very attacking. That midfield three, obviously the formation was a 4-3-3, but the midfielders obviously, of course, pivot as they do with Schlott. You had Curtis Jones in the number 6. Now, again, Curtis Jones looks so good as this pivot. I can't explain where that player has been. He looks instrumental on the pitch every time he's on it. So again, no complaints. Again, there was an instance in the game, he comes in, stops Odegaard potentially scoring, or in a one-on-one opportunity, just getting his body in between man and the ball. This is good defensive awareness from a player that, if he's going to play that position, needs to develop that skill. So that was also very nice to see. The other two midfielders, Dominic Szoboszlai, again we know how classy he is. Didn't offer too much on the day, to be honest, but I don't know if he was necessarily bad or if his midfield partner Harvey Elliott just shone so bright. I think that was probably the main thing. So going on to the actual star boy of the team, fucking hell, Harvey Elliott's a good player. For the first goal, let's go through that first goal. So obviously Liverpool go 1-0 up, big ball through from Kelleher, which is brought down lovely by Jota. Jota in the number 9, again, is a position that I absolutely adore seeing him in. So it was very, very good to see him sort of bring it down, hold up play. For a little bloke, he's so strong. He is. We know how good he is technically, but he's very, very strong and hard to knock off the ball, kind of reminiscent of Salah. So Jota holds it up, rolls it in to Elliott, and Elliott plays the most beautifully weighted pass that takes 3 Arsenal defenders straight out of the game, and Salah runs through from that right wing. Again, people are doubting Salah, sort of saying that he's past it, he's washed up at this point. He didn't look it today. He looked outstanding on that right wing. Again, he gets the right side of Zinchenko, gets the wrong side from Gabriel's perspective of him. Gabriel can't do anything, and he just calm as you like curls it into that bottom corner. Fantastic team goal. And then again, Elliott for the second goal. We might as well carry on. Obviously Liverpool continue playing, continue pressing, continue that attacking football that they can seem to play on the Schlott. And again, it was definitely the most impressive 45 minutes on the Schlott we've seen so far. They looked fantastic in that first half. Second goal coming in, you had Elliott just get him on the ball in the centre and he makes stuff happen. It's an absolutely phenomenal, decadent little chip through ball to Carvalho, and again Carvalho smashes it in the back of the net, makes it 2-0. But yeah, in that 8/10 role, Elliott is so instrumental. Like, he needs to get more chances this season. I know that Klopp said it was his biggest regret that he didn't give him enough minutes. Schlott's got to give him those minutes. And then again, we've already touched on all of them, but the front three, Mo Salah, who again looked boss on that right wing, made a lot of stuff happen down that right hand side. We were very much, don't get me wrong, Carvalho had done his bit on the left, obviously got his goal, fantastic, had a couple of nice touches, but Salah looked really on it today and was very, very dangerous against Zinchenko. And then Mr. Diogo Jota went through the middle, obviously played his part in that first goal. Struck the post as well, did forget about that, could have had a goal, again, bit unlucky. But yeah, all in all, very, very solid into that first half. Obviously Arsenal do get their own goal back. Again, lovely little bit of play from Odegaard. You've got to give him credit. Arsenal have got some very, very good players. Odegaard completely sends, I want to say it was Chimikas, somebody in the left full-back position, somewhere around there, slots it into Havertz, who just like sort of taps it in past Kelleher. Again, you're playing against quality players. They're going to create their own moments. They do score. And then, yeah, second half comes in. Arsenal start to attack a little bit more. Again, heavy rotation. Initially, I think you had the likes of Anoy and Endo come on, sort of in that midfield, try and share it up a little bit. Again, it's nice to see Anoy still get more minutes. I've thought that was purely just because Jones went off, but he's actually sort of adopted his own role, which is quite nice to see. And then, sort of as the game went on and progressed, more and more subs coming in. Doak came on, which I thought was interesting. Obviously, Liverpool looking, well, I don't know if Liverpool necessarily looking to line him up for a loan, but there's been Premier League clubs interested in loaning him out. Who else came on? I can't think of all the names off the top of my head. So yeah, got to the 70th minute. You also had the likes of Bajcetic, Beck, Blair, all the Bs, all coming on. And again, it was just good squad rotation. Both sides sort of did it. I'll be honest, the tactic kind of went a little bit out the window at that point. It was a little bit like a load of two groups of 11 headless chickens just running around. But Liverpool, obviously more defensive, started counter-attacking, got the job done. They look so comfortable in possession, Liverpool, in this slot system. They just do. It looks so refreshing. So like they just all look so revitalised. I can't explain it. Like there's such a element of freshness around the team. And again, it's good to see. It's what you want to see, right? When you bring in a new manager, new ideas, fresh faces, etc. Well, fresh faces yet to be a part of it, obviously, at this point. Despite it being a little bit more counter-attacking, though, and Arsenal sort of definitely having more possession towards the tail end of the second half, I don't really remember them creating too many clear-cut chances. They had one that sort of rolled to the right of Kelleher's post, and Kelleher did have to produce a save in that second half, like sort of beat it away from Fabio Vieira. But other than that, Liverpool looked pretty solid. They didn't give too much away, really. So, again, from a defensive standpoint, and obviously this is all pre-season, like, comes to the first game of the season, none of this is probably going to matter. Like, it's all redundant at that stage, and it's actually like competitive football again. But you've got to give them their credit. You can only play who you're up against, and the intensity was there from minute one, which is exactly what you want to see. But genuinely, I think the best part of that game tonight, 95th minute, Arne Slot, just hearing that, just ring round Philadelphia, scenes, loved it, absolutely loved it. It's so nice to see the bloke getting backed. Again, I don't think there was any fear that he wouldn't get backed by the fans, but obviously you're taking on the mantle of that man currently hidden by the mic up there. It's not exactly an easy feat to follow. You never will follow it to the same degree. But that was very, very cool to hear that ring around the stadium. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I thought it was a very, very impressive performance. If you did stay up and watch it, fair play to you, my Liverpool brothers. I'm going to go to bed. I've got work. Anyway, make sure you guys, if you have enjoyed, do subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And thanks very much for watching.